I don't think there's another country on earth that will even match Canada. To me, it's the best place on earth. The reason basically was everything was tuned up for Canada. You know, the war, liberation by Canadians. The war started when I was 5. I remember being attacked by Germany as a kid. The planes coming over. They didn't bomb our town, they bombed the next town over. And it was something I didn't understand as a kid. I remember sneaking out of the house and I heard these guns going, big heavy guns, anti-aircraft guns. And I snuck out of the street kind of and looked around the corner, see if I could see those guns. But all of a sudden my dad grabbed me, tucked me, grabbed me in the neck and put me back in the house where I was supposed to be, away from all that. But then the actual invasion came. I remember saying bad words to them, like not swear words, but not nice words neither. And my sister said to me, Ado, you can't do that because if they get mad at you, they kill you. My dad was in the underground and he had to be able to do all the work that needed to be doing to support the Allied forces in the sense of information. And there were a lot of planes that were shot down. The pilots needed a place to stay if they were be able to stay out of the German hands. And it was up to my dad to organize a lot of that stuff. He became commander in the undergrounds, and he had a hard time to find food for us. I remember days were there where there was very little food available. We went hungry as a kid quite often. I know what tulip bulb tastes like. I know what sugar beet tastes like. And when finally we were liberated by the Canadians, when they came, it was something to be so thankful for, because they came and fought that war, although they didn't know us. And this is probably one part of why I immigrated to Canada. I remember my parents came to say goodbye to me. And because you're, well, 18 and a half, going to be 19, it was very emotional. And I got quite a ways, and all of a sudden my mother grabbed me and wanted to keep me home, I guess. We got on board with a lot of other immigrants in Rotterdam, and we sailed to Le Havre in France and picked up more immigrants out there. And from there it went straight to Quebec. I arrived September the 30th, and my passport was expired on October the 3rd. So I made it just under there. And when we landed in Quebec, I thought we were in the wrong country. I remember learning a little bit of English, but didn't know much about French. A lot of people came off the boat, went on the train. Long trains were waiting, old steamers yet. I woke up the next morning and half the train was empty. All the people that I knew were already off the train and they were going to their destination in Ontario. I was the last one on And then the conductor invited me to sit in the real, where the soft plush seats are, and comfortable. And the last little couple hours I traveled in comfort. Arrived in Agassiz and got picked up by my sponsor, John Tabrinki, and I stayed there for approximately a year at the farm. We started milking the cows in the morning at about 5 o'clock. My job at the bakery started at 7. Then I would work the whole day, work till about 5 o'clock in the bakery, go back to the farm, milk the cows, have supper after that. So the evening was mine. I had to start the next morning at 5 again, so didn't have too many hours as relaxation. One day I had a little car, little Hillman car. I came off the farmyard, went on the main road. I fell asleep. The poor little car, me, rolled over on the side of the road, down the embankment, and wasn't the end of the car. It leaned up against a fence post, I remember that. I ran into town and went to the tow truck driver and he says, "Get that car, please, get it out of there, because by noon, the whole of Agassiz will know that I drove off the road," so I didn't want that to happen. So then I wanted something else for a job. And my life experience wasn't that great yet. I was still, maybe was 19 and a half, going 20. I got a little bit mixed up with some bad people. And I got put in jail for stealing something I never stole. The fine, what they accused me from, because of my English being not too good, tried to explain. I got fined $30. I didn't have no $30 in those days. That was very tough on me. I was very, well, shocked, no. Pain inside, yeah, that this happened. And I had an urge to say, I want to go back to Holland. I had enough of it. The kind of comical part of it was, the comical side of it was that I was put in jail, but there were a lot of drunks on Friday. And here I was stuck in jail. And I thought, I don't want to be stuck with a whole bunch of drunks around me, so I locked myself in a cell so nobody else could come in. I actually got in contact with my future in-laws. I didn't know at the time, but through other people they say, well, there and there might be a job available, so I found a job by my wife's parents, welding in the greenhouse, welding heating pipes together. And they supplied me with a place to sleep and 3 meals a day. That was the most important part in those days. Eventually got married there, and then things actually became better. You have a place of your own, and started a family, and jobs became better. I became more experienced, so I actually became a forklift mechanic. Different jobs came up, bettered myself. I went to night school, many night schools, to train myself as a mechanic. Not only I became an automotive mechanic, but also became a heavy-duty mechanic, licensed. Through different jobs, I got relocated in Prince George. We lived there for 18 years. In the end of the 18 years I was self-employed. We had a shop in Prince George, an automotive shop. And Monday we were outside of Prince George in Vanderhoof. And I said to my wife, I'd like to stop at that airport out there. And later on in life, my wife bought me a first lesson, flying lesson. And eventually, after 2 tries, I got my pilot license, and that's a big event for me, being able to take off in an airplane and see the beauty of especially British Columbia. We used to call it the $50 pie. We fly from Surrey to Chilliwack, because Chilliwack was well known for the owner's lady made her own pies. They were fantastic pies. So by the time we put gasoline in the airplane and insurance and everything, we call it a $50 pie. And life's been very good, and God's been good to me too. I'm so grateful that I live here and not in Holland, because the opportunities here are way better. The country is beautiful. There isn't a nicer country on earth. And the mountains, the scenery is like, to me, it's like heaven. So yeah, it really turned out good.